name is Grace Sugar, and as someone who has personally struggled with mental illness, I found these articles very interesting and close to home. To me, it was really surprising when in the second audio, it said that half of children with mental health issues show signs before the age of 14, and as a sufferer of anxiety, it made me realize that I started showing symptoms when I was about 12 years old, and even though I wasn't officially diagnosed until I was 15. This is a really hard pill to swallow for our society because a child would get diagnosed with a physical illness in a matter of weeks, while in my case with mental health, it took about 3 years to get diagnosed. When I read in the article that only about 7% of kids got properly treated for their mental illness, I was really shocked at how little our culture does for kids suffering with mental health. I believe this shows that society doesn't view kids as being capable of having mental illnesses, because I agree with the audio that said that we typically only care about mental health of kids when there is a trauma that goes along with it. For me, I lived in a middle-class family with no major traumas, and my mental health was never looked into, even though later in life I was diagnosed with anxiety and panic disorder. I believe that just as schools take some responsibility for physical health, they should care about mental health as well. The craze in school is all about physical health. We're required to take PE classes and a health class and constantly see posters all over the halls and cafeteria about getting the right nutrients so we can grow up to be strong and healthy. But what if we took even a little bit of that health craze and focused it towards mental health? If the school takes responsibility for our physical health, then I believe they should take some for our mental health as well. According to Chapter 10 in our textbook, kids with phobias and anxieties develop school refusal. And this is when children refuse to go to school, and it causes them so much anxiety that they have nausea, stomach aches, and are dizzy. By helping these kids with mental health issues, they will not only up their attendance, but once these kids are excited about going to school, they will get better grades, which will reflect positively on the school. I agree with the audio that nurses should receive some sort of certification for mental health so they can help better identify these mental illnesses. I used to go home around once a week with a stomach ache and dizziness, and my school nurse didn't put the 2 and 2 together and realize that I was actually suffering from anxiety. If she did have a general knowledge or certification over mental health, I probably would have been diagnosed and referred to a specialist and started treatment much more earlier in my life. I also think that parents should be informed of the signs of mental health problems and what they can do to help their kids with mental illnesses so that they can keep track of how their child is doing mentally, since they're the ones that see their child the most and know their children the best. By having parents informed about these early signs of mental illness, they will be able to identify it quicker in their children and get them the help they need to be fully healthy. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and I can't wait to hear all of you guys' different ideas on this discussion.